Welcome to the Racer X Motocross Show on motocross.com. This is the Red Bull Motocross of Nations. Jason Weigandt, Davey, Coombs, and maybe the largest crowd I've ever seen at a United States motocross race have gathered here at Budds Creek. This is unreal.
It's amazing. We've waited for 20 years to have this race. We got perfect weather. Everyone's stoked. Last night, that was the most epic party scene. It was like Woodstock for dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And glad I made it out alive.
Yeah. We just barely managed to put this show together. I got the Outdoor Channel shirt. By the way, I want to mention it'll be on Outdoor Channel October 29th to catch all this on TV. But of course, we're going to try to give you as many highlights as we can here for this Racer X Motocross Show, motocross.com. David, the riders are headed to the gate.
Yeah.
It's such a strange atmosphere right now.
It is. And there's so many people here, and everyone's really stoked. Everyone's getting along. And I say it because there's gangs of Englishmen out there. There's all these French fans. Everyone's just celebrating motocross. We get to do this one time a year, and this was a great place to do it. We should all be thankful for Jonathan Beasley of the work he did, and also YouthStream for finally bringing this race back to the USA.
I don't think anyone here would complain with that decision. Bring it back if you want. We got to get out of here. MXoN, Moto #1, about to get underway.
MXoN and lights.
Lights too. MXoN, MX2.
Go Team USA.
All right. Here it is, Moto #1, and the much anticipated final motocross race in the career of Ricky Carmichael. Let's watch him head down to the starting line. Carmichael did a parade lap with Stefan Everts. The rest of the riders were gathered at the starting gate. Different rules here. The riders had to pack their own gates. Mechanics not allowed into the starting gate area. And Ryan Villopoto had pole position essentially because Carmichael gave Villopoto the good gate pick. That meant Villopoto had a pretty much guaranteed good start, Carmichael not so much, and that's exactly where this moto would play out. Even on a 250F, Villopoto was able to grab the whole shot, and that was it. This is as close as the race would be. Meanwhile, bad news for the #1. Carmichael goes down. He had a pretty good start heading into the first turn, but a rider went down in front of him. That collected Carmichael, and he started the race off in next to last, while Villopoto had the whole shot and was gone. See the pack coming through here, Grant Langston, Steve Ramon, and here is Villopoto, long gone on a 250F. There was simply no competition for him. That's actually Tommy Searle out of Great Britain in second, also on a 250F, and it was a great weekend for Searle. There's 31, Chad Reed in the hunt, but everyone was watching Carmichael come through the pack from 39th place, and he started picking riders off in bunches. Now in the Nations, it's challenging Tanel Liak of Estonia there in the Nations. It's easy to make up positions early in the moto. You got to realize it's countries like Venezuela and Chile that are just lucky to make the field, who Carmichael had to deal with at first. But then the competition was on. Here is Steve Ramon. He is the MX1 world champ, and Carmichael had to go after him. Once you get in the top 10, that's where the competition is. Eventually, Carmichael would make it all the way up to third. An amazing come-from-behind ride. He passes the world champ Ramon and moves further toward the front of the pack. But there was no catching this guy. A lot of people wondering how Carmichael and Villopoto would match up. We never got to find out because Villopoto got the start and he absolutely rode the wheels off of that Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki. The wheels came off for Grant Langston, your AMA motocross champion. Whole bunch of crashes in that moto pretty much relegated Langston to an also-ran. He ended up 22nd. Late in the moto, Carmichael gets to third. The only rider between he and Villopoto is Chad Reed, and Reed was game for it. Wasn't super aggressive early in the moto, put himself in good position, and he did hold off Carmichael all the way down to the end to break up an American 1-2 sweep. Reed's going to end up second in this one. Carmichael in third, coming from next to last in a first turn crash. That was still pretty darn impressive. But the man of the hour, the man of the day really, was this young man, Ryan Villopoto, taking the moto win on a 250F and leaving the 450s way, way behind. There's Reed in second, and Carmichael was this close in third after being down in the first turn. Here's the results. Good job by Purcell and Barragan to keep their countries in the mix. Let's talk to Jeff Stanton for some analysis.
I think it was awesome so far. You know, Ryan pulled out a great start against all the big bikes and just rode a solid race. I mean, dude, he had 20 seconds in the first 3 laps, so solid ride by Villopoto, and then, you know, misfortune with Ricky going down in the first turn, but another solid ride from 39th back up to third. I'm sure he's a little disappointed in himself, but it was awesome so far. We got the second round coming up, and if Ryan can back that up and Timmy can get second, I mean, pretty much be done with a great score right there. So far it's awesome.
Amazing moto. I mean, Ryan with getting the start like that. I mean, it made it awesome for him. He rode incredible. I couldn't believe he pulled away. Big surprise. I mean, as far out as he was awesome. I mean, Ricky threw an awesome race together from starting dead last and getting third. I mean, I know he'll do better his next moto, so I think we're good.
All right, short turnaround for Ryan Villopoto. Only 45 minutes between the podium of Moto 1 and the start of Moto number 2. He's got Tim Ferry next to him, now racing in the open class. Carmichael gets the moto off. That's the rules here at the Nations. And we're underway here in Moto 2. And look at the number 2 Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Get another good start in the inside. And before long, Ryan Villopoto is going to be on way to another moto win while riding a lights bike. And yes, that is the first time anyone's ever won 2 motos overall on a lights bike. Deja vu. Tim Ferry is down early, just like Carmichael was in Moto number 1. So the fans here at Budds Creek got exactly what they wanted. An American rider well out front, and one of the other riders to watch coming through the pack. Ferry in this one. Now you saw that was actually Antonio Caroli in the number 2 spot early on. Thought he might be able to challenge Villopoto. He goes off the track, he goes down, he runs into some trouble. He's out of it. Kenda Diker and Michael Byrne are second and third early, but they had nothing for Villopoto, who just pulled away at an alarming rate early on, especially considering he's riding what should be a slower bike. Now here's bad news for Caroli. Yes, he went off the track chasing Villopoto early in this one. He pulls into the mechanics area, got a new front wheel, actually pulled back out on the track when Villopoto came by him, but still wasn't able to match the pace. A terrible day for Super Tony. Meanwhile, Ferry coming through the pack. Carmichael had set the standard. He came from basically last to third. American fans wanted to see how far up Ferry could go. They knew they had the moto win in order with this amazing ride of Ryan Villopoto, which really is going to go down in history as one of the all-time great performances here at this Motocross of Nations. Ferry putting on a great performance of his own. He kept digging, coming to the pack, and eventually he had some of the top riders in the world in front of him, and he kept on digging. So Ferry put in a great performance. He would eventually get to the top 5, and then in the last lap, Mike Burns' Rockstar Suzuki expires. The engine lets go. Ferry's going to end up 4th after starting in about last. And Ryan Villopoto, no stopping this kid. 1-1 on the day. And Tony Caroli, nowhere to be found. Good job by Tim Ferry to take 4th and put Team USA again right back up there toward the top of the leaderboard. And they had a huge points lead. Kenda Diker and Tommy Searle end up on the podium in this one, so good job.
Tommy, you got to be stoked. That was a great ride today.
Yeah, I was really happy with it. Also in the first race it was really good, and then I got cleaned out, so lost all my rhythm and then had another crash, but I was really happy with how I was riding to start that race.
What'd you think of the track?
It's really good. Yesterday I struggled with like how we set the bikes up in Europe. It's a lot different, so I really struggled, but now we've changed the bikes a lot, and now I'm really happy with the track and how the bike's working.
Finally, when are we going to see you in America?
2009, I think. We're just because I was going to come next year, but now I don't think I'm ready yet because I just haven't done what I wanted to do, and then have one more year in Europe and then come here in 2009.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
I think it's safe to say you did it. That's got to be the best lights ride in the history of Motocross of Nations.
Yeah, it's just been an awesome weekend so far, and I was glad to get 2 good starts and have to deal with any of the 450 guys, and just went from there. Just try to stay up on 2 wheels and play it safe.
Did you keep an eye on where Caroli was at all?
Yeah, that second moto, I seen him very first lap. I seen it was him in second, and then all of a sudden he went away, and then all of a sudden he was back there again. So I guess I kind of figured he was a lap down, but didn't know exactly. So I just kept pushing and pushing, and just pulled that gap from him, so I didn't have to worry about him.
Finally, how great were all the fans?
Yeah, being from England or going from England last year is. It was pretty amazing, the crowd, and I think we did an awesome job this year. I think the crowd was awesome.
Last moto of the day, and really it's academic at this point. All the countries have run into major problems with consistency except Team USA. So there's only one thing left to do, and that's get Ricky Carmichael a moto win in his last motocross race ever. And it doesn't get much better than this. He gets the whole shot, and he's long gone early on. All weekend long, Carmichael talked about having a little rust since he hasn't raced in about a month. But by the time his third moto rolled around, there was no rust to be found, and there really wasn't any competition either. Carmichael was long gone, and the only thing he had to worry about on this racetrack was making sure that he heard every single fan that cheered him on. And there's Ramon, there's Sebastian Porcel, and Tim Ferry up front early on. And Ferry's going to make really only the show that we saw out here, which was Steve Ramon your MX1 world champ eventually having to deal with Ferry, who got into a third once he gets around Pourcel here, the young Frenchman. Ferry's going to get himself into the number 3 spot. Jonathan Berrigan back there. Chad Reed-Manuel is out after a strong ride in the first moto, finishes second. Problems for Reed early. He calls it a day. Australia was already out of the hunt as soon as Andrew McFarlane crashed out at moto number 1 before he even got into the first turn. Australia's hopes were dashed. So really only drama left is Tim Ferry going after Steve Ramon to try to make it a 1-2 sweep for the team. Ferry was stalking Ramon all over this Budds Creek facility, and the fans were doing the same to Ramon as well. They were cheering Tim Ferry with everything their lungs had as they wanted to see the Team USA riders go 1-2. Ramon, to his credit, put up a good fight, but eventually Ferry's going to work his way past, and he takes the number 2 position away, and this crowd went absolutely nuts. Carmichael was long gone. Tim Ferry, much deserved. Big Tim, his dad, was down there at the finish line. He said this is one of the greatest moments of his life to see his young boy come out here and do this, be part of a winning Team USA effort, and he truly did contribute. He was not the weak link on this team. He was the replacement rider when Stewart went down, but Ferry held up his end of the bargain with a 4 and a 2 on the day. Carmichael's going to go 3, and most importantly, 1. That's right, he wins his very last motocross moto ever. That's why he's the greatest of all time. They don't have white flags out here. It's 1 lap boards when we run FIM rules, and that meant 1 giant victory lap for Ricky Carmichael. Careful, don't want to get outside assistance there. As Carmichael heads to the finish, listen to this. Here are the results for the moto. Langston passed Ramon, by the way, on the very last lap of the event. There are your results for the day. Let's talk to our winners.
How stoked are you to finally get one of these wins?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a dream come true for sure, and I was glad to get the opportunity. And it was amazing here in the United States, and between the American fans and all the other fans from all the other countries, it was. I can't even describe how it felt to just have people almost rip you off your bike on your victory lap, wanting to touch you. It was cool.
When you went down on the start in the first moto, did you think, oh no, not again?
No, you know what? Actually, I think I was actually relaxed, and I was pumped because I had a good start. I had 21st gate pick and came out in the first turn about 8. Just a couple guys went down, and I knew we could throw 1 out, and I saw Ricky come all the way back to 3rd from last, so I think I could do it too.
Good job, man. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that.
Man, congratulations on the podium again. And dude, best 125 ride ever.
Yeah, it feels good to get another win. Me, Timmy, and Ricky. It's been an awesome year, and this is the way to end it off. And got 2 good starts today, and that's all. I think that's all we needed.
How was the crowd out there?
Going to England last year, I didn't know, going off nationals, I didn't know if we could do it, but we for sure brought it all to the table, and I think if not the same, it was better. So thanks, you guys.
RC, this is it, end of the line.
It's the end of the line. What an amazing day. This event is so special, and I just want to congratulate these 2 guys and everyone behind the scenes. It's a whole team effort. I want to thank the fans for really coming out and showing these European fans that we got them too. And just really excited for them and happy for them, and feels good to keep this trophy on this side of the sea.
Well done, and by the way, man, thanks for showing up.
Oh, you know what? Only thing, man, I just just like to apologize to some of the people in the team for not preparing like I normally do, but for obvious reasons it's been tough. But you know what? I'm just very thankful we got the job done, and thankful it's an honor to be on the team with these great guys.
What do you think of Ryan Villopoto's ride?
I mean, amazing. I mean, the first time when he did it, that was crazy, with Ricky falling, that helped a little bit, but the second time, I mean, he had real guys in there, and I mean, he laid the wood to him. He killed him.
Once again, you got the Peter Chamberlain trophy.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, and I'm getting used to this, and I like to keep it this way.
Also, you had Belgium on the podium.
Yeah, they actually had a chance to be second, but they faded a little bit in the last moto, but it was still good because one of their main guys was hurt, and it was still good for them, I feel.
I know you've been to a lot of these. Where does Ryan Villopoto's ride rate?
It's one of the tops for sure. It was awesome. Yeah, it was impressive.
Well, you're looking at two happy men because, well, we are Americans, and Team USA has come out on top here at the Red Bull Motocross of Nations. Now, there has been a lot of drama and controversy in years past in this race, but Davey, this one was pretty much no doubt right from the start.
Yeah, it was just an emphatic race for Team USA. Carmichael goes down the first turn, gets back up, goes all the way to third. Ferry goes down the first turn, goes all the way to the fourth. Villopoto, untouchable. I don't think anyone led him all weekend long. That one's one for the history books. That is the best lights ride I've ever seen, and I'm really stoked for Ryan and his family.
Yeah, it was an amazing performance for him, an amazing performance for the entire team. In fact, Carmichael and Ferry ended with an exclamation point by going 1-2 in the final moto. The other teams, there was a lot of struggles. Most of them couldn't even get 3 riders to the finish this weekend.
Yeah, and it was the traditional teams, like you were saying earlier, that finished on the podium, France and Belgium. But I think overall it was just a really good event. I'm glad that the weekend's over because it's been a long one.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate you joining us here at motocross.com.
We're going to have a lot of highlights, a lot of special extras coming up all this week. So, of course, keep us tuned in here on motocross.com. But that's it from here at Budds Creek. History in the making. History is now done. Team USA has won the Red Bull Motocross of Nations. For Davey Coombs, I'm Jason Weigandt. Thanks for watching the Racer X Motocross Show from Budds Creek.
All right, how stoked are you for your teammates?
It's great, you know, to get it 2 years in a row is just special, and these guys, it just proves that we can get it done anywhere, and just to do it on our home turf in front of our fans and a lot of other fans is cool.
We've got 3 in a row now. Can you make it 4 in a row next year?
I hope so. I hope it's just not raining over there. We might have to get the mud specialists out, but I think we have a good chance.